Welcome back, or welcome for the first time, brothers of the fraternity, friends and family. Here to give you another little update on the day of giving, kind of where we're at money wise, and then share a few more stories with you. So we'll kind of start with some updates.
All right, so let's start with most donors. And right now, leading is the Delta chapter at Truman State with 16 donors. We have the Omega chapter at Purdue with 12 donors. The Gamma Nu at LaGrange at 8 donors. The Alpha Psi chapter at Indiana with 7 donors. And the Delta Zeta chapter at Appalachian State with 7 donors.
And for most money raised per chapter, leading is Epsilon Omicron at Villanova, Zeta Theta, UT Austin, Xi at Roanoke, Delta Psi at UT Arlington, and Eta Rho at Texas State San Marcos.
There's a lot of time left in the day. Founders Day is almost just begun, right? Because I'm sure a lot of people are celebrating later on today, which also means Day of Giving still has plenty of time for some of those donations to come in. Got a lot of close races there, so maybe at Theta Phi Louisiana Tech, we can see what we can do. Right? So either way, once again, want to remind everybody about the generous matching donation gift that we have of $50,000. Super thankful and grateful for that. And we are so close to hitting the $50,000 mark. So a few more thousand rolls in over the next few hours, we're going to immediately double that money with that matching gift. So that's huge. So do what you can. Encourage your chapter brothers, friends and family members, volunteers, friends of the fraternity. And then let's see if we can get to that 50K really quick. Now we're going to give you a little bit of an update with what's going on regionally. So we're going to start off with the South this time instead of ending because we've done pretty well, boys. We're sitting at 20,647 for the Southern region of the United States.
For the Midwest, we have $3,996 raised.
And for the West Coast, the best coast, is $7,289.
So as you can see, we are raising some serious money. Now, if you didn't tune in before, we want to kind of give you a reminder of, if you donate 1904, what you had to look forward to or to select from the gifts from the foundation.
Well, one of the gifts that we have is a little wallet for your phone, and
you can also choose to get a tumbler as well if you donate that 1904. Unfortunately, though,
the socks are gone. Those that came in early today took the socks. I know I took a pair home. But you still have more chances to do that. And as well as if your chapter raises the most money or has the most donors, you can also qualify some gifts coming up. So stay tuned.
What do they say? The early bird gets the worm, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So how can we donate?
So you can follow the link on our little page. And you can go on our story, and you can go on our social media, and then you can also go to campus, donating through your campus. Yeah. So you can. There's a couple places you can look for the link.
Plenty of places.
And if anything, DM us. We'll send you the link directly. So
also true.
So as we kind of move on, if you have any questions, any thoughts come to mind about the foundation, feel free to drop those in the chat so that way we can kind of answer some of those. But we do kind of want to move on into reminding you what some of this money goes to through the foundation and through Day of Giving. Obviously, from the foundation, we support our students in a variety of ways, one of those ways being scholarships, and we'll talk about that here in a little bit and elaborate and get maybe a little bit of a personal story from someone who's received a scholarship or two in their day. Then, as we talked earlier about Jason Marchetti attending Pi Kappa College for Emerging Leaders, we do support leadership and educational programs for all of our students through the money raised through the foundation. So it gives us the opportunity to go above and beyond and not just give skills to our college students for now and for their positions on exec or at their college campuses, but for that lifelong brotherhood experience to take on into their professional career. Then we obviously support our volunteer trainings through the foundation as well, and so that's another way that we utilize some of that funding. And then last but not least, the historic preservation of the fraternity. With 117 years now of history, we've got to make sure we look out for every single year leading up to now, right? And so how do we do that? Through our museum and the collection of certain things, whether that be items or information throughout the years. So I know we talked a little bit about Pi Kappa College for Emerging Leaders last time, but scholarships is obviously a major way that the foundation impacts our students on a yearly basis. And our friend Anderson, to my right, has received a little bit of that scholarship money. So Anderson, tell us a little bit about like that process and what that experience was like for you.
Right. So I think coming in, something that I saw were the opportunities that Pi Kappa provides nationwide for students to apply, whether that's a broad scholarship, whether that's an extra mile scholarship for students who are engaged in giving back to their community and are leaders in the community. So as a first gen college student, like I took every advantage of opportunities given to me. So I applied to the scholarships several times. I mean, I was like, what's the worst that could happen? I don't get it. I already don't have the money. So it's an opportunity to really go on and help me make this experience more affordable, but also going abroad, I couldn't have done it without it. It really got me to experience something that I didn't think I would. I went to Madrid, Spain. I had a wonderful time there, and that was thanks to the Pi Kappa International Scholars Award. And I'm really, really thankful for that. That's one of the reasons, too, the foundation support. It's why I wanted to come back and work in the national organization in a sense to give back for those opportunities I received. And speaking of that, so today when you donate as a student, just if you donate $19.04, you'll actually be part of the National President's Circle. So you get a lapel pin as well, and whatever, you can see it here. It's really cool.
Zoom it.
And then also you got to hurry so you can get those giveaways that are left as a student. But honestly, it's just a great representation of the foundation and how they support students. Not only, like Jason said earlier, going to experiences through our different conferences, but also on a personal level, making sure that we're recognizing students to make this an affordable experience and also something they're proud of, right? Recognizing the efforts of students.
I think one of the main things when we're recruiting, hopefully, as Pi Kappa Phi men across the country, is we want this experience to be accessible and affordable. And money shouldn't hold you back from being a part of a brotherhood. It shouldn't hold you back from being a part of a great college experience through the fraternity or through one of these experiences like Pi Kappa College for Emerging Leaders, Pi Kappa College for chapter officers, etc. And so I think one of the cool ways that we're able to impact students on a yearly basis through things like that. Anderson mentioned going and studying abroad and things of that nature. All it takes, students, if you're listening, is to stick your neck out there. Apply for those scholarships. It doesn't take that long to apply for them. I applied for them. I might not have gotten it, but it's okay because what if I would have, right? And so don't leave it up to the what if. Do it yourself. Anderson, what is the best experience you got from that money, right? It helped you study abroad. It probably helped you maybe with some dues here and there, some of the costs associated with college. But if you think back to what the foundation was able to give you, what was like one of those experiences that really you're going to be able to take along with you into the next stage of life?
I think above all, recognition, because if you're working hard, like it's nice that someone else recognizes that. But honestly, like studying abroad was awesome. I needed every help I could get, and this really let me see the world in a different perspective. So coming back, also keeping that relationship with my brother. So I would guess even that experience to go abroad, I was able to like keep in touch more than I ever thought I would. And it made me realize the chapter I had and how much I missed it. And I came back, and then that's when I became Vice Archon, and that's when I went and got even more involved. So it's the experience of, I guess, ironically going away from the chapter to then coming back stronger, I guess, and really getting involved, I would say.
Totally. Well, and it does. It gives you that opportunity to not just grow individually, but shoot, that even takes Pi Kappa Phi outside of our national boundaries to international boundaries. I'm sure you took a cool flag picture, right? Like everybody does when they travel somewhere. But I think there's a lot of really cool things associated with that. So it's fortunate to have that opportunity for sure. Well, we do kind of want to answer a couple of general questions and go a little bit back and forth and kind of comment a little bit about this money. But one thing that we might have forgot to mention, so between the most donors and most money raised per chapter, the chapters that do raise that money, every member that donated 1904 or more, on top of the cell phone wallet or the tumbler or the socks, if you were lucky enough to get them, you also receive a clear stadium bag that you can take into all of your stadiums during football season. So we all know those come in handy for tailgating and all the extracurricular activities associated with football season going into the games. And so I wanted to throw that one in there as well for you. But so getting into some of the fun facts just about some of the foundation initiatives that we have going on for this past year and moving forward into the future, what we could do with some of this money that we are raising here today. One commonly asked question, if you will, how much money did the fraternity get or receive from the foundation last year? We were awarded about $600,000 in grants to the fraternity last year, which is a considerable amount of money, right? Going back to some of those programs and opportunities, uncommon opportunities that we get through the foundation as a national and greater fraternity. So that kind of puts a dollar amount, a little bit of method to it.
So I guess, Parker, one of the things that everyone asks is, if any students watching, is like, well, when does it open to apply for all these scholarships that we're talking about, right? So actually our cycle for this 2022 spring will open in January 31st and closing March 7th. So you have a lot of time and opportunity, whether that's to get it, proofread it by someone else, or whether that's, asking any questions if we can assist you in any way, but really taking the time to seek those opportunities. And even associate members that, got started this past fall, you can apply for scholarships as well. So it's a lot of opportunities going January 31st.
And how much money did we award in scholarships last year?
Over $100,000 in scholarships.
Good thing we had that number written on a piece of paper, huh?
It's a lot.
But scholarships is just one form of where that money goes towards. But there's also a lot more direction and avenues that filters through in the realm of Pi Kappa Phi. And if you wanted to learn more about that, go to pikappaphi.org/foundation/impact, and you will get some answers and more information about it.
So if you're ever curious about where the money goes or anything along those lines, at pikappa.org, we've got all that information for you, just in case you didn't drop in the live stream soon enough and get to ask your question here. So, anything left on the announcement?
Just remember that it's not $1,904. It's $19.04.
Yeah, you don't want to mess that one up in the text box. Somebody might be overdrawn in their banking account, huh? Mm-hmm. Well, we appreciate y'all tuning in to the live stream, and for those of you watching afterwards, hopefully it's not too late for you to donate. Day of Giving is going to run through the end of the day today, throughout Founders Day. So once again, happy Founders Day from us here in Charlotte at Pi Kappa Phi headquarters. We appreciate everything that you all do for the fraternity. Every single dollar counts, and on behalf of the foundation and everybody here, thank you for everything you do on a daily basis for us all. Appreciate you. Bye-bye.
Bye.